International Women's Day for me has two parts. One, it's about celebrating women and ensuring that people know some of the great things that women are doing in the world. But the other part is actually reflecting on what we've done, or what I've done personally over the year, to ensure that we are supporting women and raising people up. And it's not just about women supporting women, but it's making sure that we've got the processes in place across the organisation that all women feel safe and feel that they are being lifted by the organisation. Because if we lift all of the women, then everybody wins.
I think I have mixed feelings about this day. I think it's a great day to reflect and to talk more about women, how far women have come in their workplace, in their household, in their position in the society as a whole. But I also feel that it should be a part of everyday conversation with your peers, with your family members, with your patients, with anybody. And I think we shouldn't rely on one particular day of the year to actually reflect back on how underrepresented women are in certain sections of the society.
I've definitely had the experience on multiple occasions where I have been the only woman in the room, and it can actually be difficult. It can be difficult to navigate those pathways and those decisions at the time. I suppose when I think about what I do to actually best position myself is actually be really confident when I go into the room, really do my pre-work, and sometimes that is actually having conversations with people prior to the discussion or the decision that needs to get made, and really be confident in my voice and my opinion, and to really make sure that my perspective is actually heard.
I think the biggest thing for me is to understand where they're coming from, where people, their biases, prejudices are stemming from. And once we've come to an understanding of that, there is a better chance to actually move forward from there. So you can either call it out respectfully, and that might actually help the person be aware of their own bias, which often is the case where they're completely unaware of their own bias. Or sometimes you just continue to carry on with your work and let your work speak for itself. And both of these things have worked for me. And I feel over the years, I am in a place where I see that my male colleagues are connecting with me beyond my gender.
To ensure that women feel safe, included and can thrive in our organisation, it's important to lead from the top and actually lead by example, but also to be open to actually have conversations with people if people aren't feeling like they're thriving in our organisation. So making sure that we've got processes in place so that people do feel like they can actually come and say, this isn't really working for me, or I've got a problem here. I think that's important, not just from my chair, but from all my executives, making sure that they're very comfortable to actually have an open door and have those conversations.
I think the key message is here that we need to listen and amplify the messages of diversity and inclusion in our workplace and in our general lives. So I just don't think it's enough to have a policy or procedure. I think we need to actively listen, actively amplify, actively engage. Beyond the workplace, I also think that we have responsibility in our family space and our wider social communities, just to make sure that when things are said socially, which may be said inappropriately or carelessly, that we call people to account respectfully to say, it's just not really the right thing to do or to say in today's community. Finally, I also think that we need to foster this culture of diversity and inclusion in our workplace, and that way we can ensure that there's a fair opportunity for everybody, and that the diversity and inclusion message in our workplace is clear, consistent, acted upon and valued.
Equality is actually getting the right people in the right place. I had a woman who was working in my unit, and she had to do a school pickup. She had to leave early on a regular basis, and I'm thinking, is that a headache or a pain? Actually, no, it's a benefit, because here's a person who's demonstrated they get the right balance between their work and their family life. It should be encouraged. Flexible working to accommodate the right people to get that balance is what equality is all about.
Over the years that I've been working at Dental Health Services Victoria, I've been really fortunate to work alongside some really powerful and strong women leaders that I call my colleagues and allies, as we work together to continue the conversation to call out those instances of gender inequality, both in the workplace and also in the community more broadly.
Future generations of women are going to be really strongly supported and mentored through the range of both leadership and also clinical development programs at DHSB. It's really important that we invest in growing our people, both now and in the future. And then the other really important thing to do is actually to address the gender pay gap. And we're going to be doing a really significant piece of work around remuneration, benefits and staff discounts to help all from a financial and economic wellbeing perspective.